Hello tipsters and tricksters, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Vintage Tips and Tricks video. Today's video is going to be the first in my Hollywood Icon suite. I am doing this Elizabeth Taylor look. Here is the finished result, but I will be going back in time and showing you how I did this. If you're new to my channel, my name is Bea. I am a vintage glamour enthusiast. I make vintage beauty and style videos with a little bit of sustainability, veganism, and lifestyle thrown in for good measure. So if that sounds like your jam, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know my videos come out. So without blathering on like I normally do, let's get into it.
What have you got if you haven't got love?
The first step, you'll never believe it, is foundation and concealer. I tend to stick with the foundation and concealer that match each other. I like to just start with a really flat, even foundation or base and work from there. I'm working from these images, so I can see here that Elizabeth Taylor has got a really thick, dark brow. So I already have pretty dark brows, but I worked here to try and just change the shape a little bit and make them a little bit thicker and more bold. And for the first time, I decided to try and do some contouring and change the shape of my face a little bit to try and be a bit like Elizabeth Taylor's. I don't know that it worked very well, but you know, why not? Elizabeth also wears a lot of blush. She was always heavy on the blush and she puts it down into the side of the cheek, underneath the cheekbone, and blends it right out. And in many of the photos of Liz, she's got sort of a grey purple eyeshadow on, I guess probably to complement her eye colour, which is blue, but I tried to match that and then did her signature liner, which goes all the way around her eyes. It was very unusual. She had a really different eyeliner style to other ladies of the era. So I popped it underneath and on top, but I didn't wing out, I just connected the two at the corner of my eye. Then I went in with a brush and just smoked it out a little bit just so it's not too harsh. And then on the top line, I popped a dark, smoky, sort of silvery charcoal color to blend out and up into the crease, and then made sure I actually did go in and blend it. Elizabeth Taylor definitely had a smoky eye look, but it was quite subtle, so you don't want to use too darker colors. It is really important to go back in with that black liner before you put your falsies on, just to really give that heavy, round the eye look that she made so famous. Here I am attempting to transform the shape of my nose a bit. Why not? Like, I definitely didn't get like the Elizabeth Taylor shape, but I had fun and I definitely changed the shape of my nose by the end of this, particularly the shape of my nostrils. I was really pleased with. You'll see me working on that later. And I tried to raise the bridge of my nose a bit. It was fun. Yeah, wasn't really Liz Taylor, but you know, it was my first time, guys. So, you know, I don't think it was too bad considering. Here I am changing the shape of my nostrils. I have very thin kind of slit nostrils, so I wanted to open them up a bit to make it look a bit more like her. And then, of course, just go in with a ton of mascara. As I say, she's got a heavy eye, so just go for it. And I chose to go for a sort of orangey lip because in most pictures she doesn't have a dark red lip. She has an orangey sort of almost coral lip color, so I went for that. Underneath, I'm using a peach colored pencil and I went over the top with sort of a rusty red color lipstick. I do like to go in for these 50s looks and touch up the edges just to make sure it is very crisp in the corners and on the peak. And then of course I had to do a beauty mark because she's pretty famous for her beauty mark. Whack on some falsies. Can't go wrong with a pair of falsies. They kind of are essential for a mid-century Hollywood style look. And I'll lock it all in place before going on to my hair. This is a super simple set. I literally just rolled everything down and back in the direction that I want the hair to go. So these side ones are rolled towards the face and then everything along the top is rolled backwards and everything at the back is rolled under. I just go in and loosen up the curls before brushing just to avoid any knotting and also just to get as much volume as I can, and then do a pretty standard brush out. I'm going to leave the whole brush out here in fast forward because a lot of the time people tell me they don't like it when I cut out the brush out because it is the most complicated part and it is really lengthy, but it is so worth the effort. So make sure you tease, make sure you spray in sections. That makes a really big difference to these really kind of height-based hairdos of Marilyn and Elizabeth at this time, so make sure you do plenty of teasing and you encourage all your curls in an upward motion. It's going to make all the difference to this hairstyle. Sometimes I get comments saying, oh, it looked vintage until you teased, but here's the thing, guys. They did teasing a lot, all right? This is not like an 80s version of a vintage hairstyle. This is authentic. This is what they did. The idea is that you tease it to create volume and then you brush it again to get the shape back. You're not gonna leave it with this messy teased 80s look. Don't worry, because I'm sure the people that comment that just get to this point and then just turn off the video. So here you can see how much volume I've got, but then as you brush, it smooths out and the curls start to come back again. So don't freak out if your hair starts looking straight and just like a bird's nest. That's what's supposed to happen, don't worry. It just takes a lot of tinkering and playing to get the hair to come back to a nice shape again, but you also have to go with what your hair wants to do, you know? So I play with pieces and see what happens. I'm not going in with an idea of a specific shape and then making my hair do it, because it just won't happen, you know? Especially with this freer curly look, you just have to go with what your hair's going to do and you'll get something similar. Like if you look at all the pictures of Elizabeth, her hair is different in every photo. So it's perfectly normal for you to have to go with the flow with your set and with your hair. You can control some things, you know, whether something's tucked behind your ear or, you know, where your part is, etc. But when it comes to the exact S-wave and what's tucking under and what's curling, etc., sometimes you just have to go with what your hair wants to do. As always, whenever I get a section how I want it or looking good, it's not necessarily how I want it, but you know, the best that I think it's gonna be, or if something unexpectedly fabulous happens, I lock it into place before moving on to the next section, because you never know, you might snag your hair and then completely undo something great that you did on the other side. So I just like to lock it in before moving on to the next section of hair. If you just do a, you know, medium spray, then if you really need to change it, you've still got some options there, you know? I'm basing the hairstyle in this picture here of Liz, so I wanted one side to be a little bit back. Like I say, her hair is different in so many different shots, but A, this is kind of what my hair wanted to do today, and B, I just really like how it looks when there's like an S-wave around the face on one side, and then on the other side, the hair is sitting back and showing a bit of ear, especially if you have some glamorous earrings going on, you know, you want to show them off. And Liz did have some fabulous earrings in some of her shots, so, you know, authentic. My other trick is if you're getting frizzy bits or curly bits that just don't want to stay where they are, spray it and then use the fact that it's sticky and wet to glue it into place. That is often half of my hairstyles, is literally just the amount of hairspray that I'm using to solidify and glue and stick things down. I have very fine hair with lots of flyaways, so it needs quite a bit of coaxing sometimes. And yeah, like I said, this is a long process. That's why I left it in, so you guys don't get the illusion that I do this in 5 minutes. Like when I really do my hair like this, it takes a long time, but look at the results. I'm happy with it. I hope you like it as well, but it is worth the effort and the time.
So guys, that is the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if you want more of these Hollywood icon videos. I'm not really trying too much to actually look like them. I mean, I'm not a transformational makeup artist like some people on YouTube are that are freaking amazing, but I can show you how people's makeup was done if you want to try and emulate just the makeup style itself. So let me know in the comments below and I would be happy to make more of those videos. Come and follow me on my Instagram. Check out my Patreon. It's linked down below. I have extra content over there, both in vintage and music categories. We also have weekly curated vintage finds, sticker packs, presents at birthdays and Christmas, and check it out. There's tons of stuff over there. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.